That's right.
I'm looking for Suzanne.
That's right. That's right.
Denise Myers.
Paul Myers, Road Warrior Investors.
Yes, we are.
Where are we at today?
Oh my gosh. Birmingham, Alabama. Well, we rolled into Birmingham late
Yesterday.
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a special guest, Suzanne, with us today.
Yes.
Welcome, Suzanne. And
Thank
who
you.
is this?
This is how I call her Little Dog.
Little dog.
Yeah, Little Dog goes everywhere with me. All of these houses
What
she
a
gets to have fun
cutie.
at. So, oh yeah.
Nice. Now we're here in Birmingham, Alabama. This house is pretty neat. It's kind of tucked right down the side of the street here. So we came over, we're like, there we go.
Yeah, I'm looking like that can't be right. It's my driveway. Nope, that's where it was.
That's nice. Nice.
That's right.
Nice.
That's a nice spot.
It was one of those hidden gems, you know.
It's kind of
those
convenient.
are
Close to
nice.
the highway.
Right.
Before we started
Yeah.
it, you could probably smell it from
Oh,
from the red light up the hill.
Oh, no.
I'm glad there's no smell-o-vision on
Oh
the,
yes, yeah, exactly.
But it's
Yes.
done now.
Oh yes,
Awesome.
complete.
Really well.
And I just listed it Saturday.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay.
yep, I'm also an agent too.
Are you
Okay.
okay?
So
Yeah, I saw you
investor
had your.
and then agent. So
Okay.
list my own.
And I even see the financing with Guild. So
Yes.
do you partner with Guild on your properties?
Some, yes, they some of them come through and want to partner
Yeah.
up and help
Yeah.
with financing on them.
I
so,
like that.
so
I
yeah, we like
that.
to network with anyone and everyone.
You have
So,
to do that in
yes.
this business, for
That
sure.
is for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So how did you find this property?
So this one was off market. Another wholesaler guy sent it to me. So I said, let's check it out. Which honestly, this was so overgrown in the front and so overgrown in the back. We didn't know what was really even here. So we took the risk, got it at a good price, and went after it.
Well, good.
So-
Good.
So yeah.
What did you do on the outside? So if we look at the outside, what all did you have to do to clean this up?
So the whole front is completely changed. Obviously there was no garage doors.
Oh,
So-
there was no garage, so it was just open?
It was all open.
Oh my
And
goodness.
there was like trash and I mean you couldn't even get up to there with all the trash that was here. Everything was covered. We had at least 8 full dumpsters of just trash to get out of here
Content.
before we even started. Up here we added all this deck. None of that was there. So we added all the wood, did the roof, of course shutters, landscaping.
Are they new windows? The same.
No, they're the same windows.
Oh, good.
You know what
Yeah,
year this
we-
house is?
What's that?
You know what year this house is?
That is 68.
Okay, so it's pretty typical. 60s house.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So let's go.
Nice looking house with street. Or is it the only house in the street?
It is the only one. Well, other than that,
Oh, what's next door?
the one little one. So that's an office for his warehouse.
Oh,
The same guy that owned this house, there was a tenant in here, and they were actually living off a generator. There was no power or anything. It's this one. So it was that probably contributed to the smell. But there was no meter on this house.
oh, so
Yeah,
you don't pay
yeah.
the bill, they take the meter, don't they?
So they took that off. So they had a generator like connected up here and
Nice.
we're living off it. Come on.
Wow. So they had a generator out here. And was there someone living in the house?
Oh yeah, they were still living in the house. I don't
Well,
think
of
they
course.
now,
They always.
But it was so bad. Even the subfloor's all been replaced in here because it was so rotten and animal stuff that was covering all the subfloor, so it all got ripped out and then put down on the new floor. Obviously, there was a wall here. We opened all of this up. We built this here, added our your sink, dishwasher.
Blue cabinet, that's just modern now. People doing the blue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like doing like one color different, but we had the little pantry here for them, and then laundry room is right off from the kitchen.
Oh, nice.
This house originally was a 3-2,
Okay.
and we turned it into a 4-3.
Wow.
So we had this was already here. We
Okay.
just renovated this bathroom.
Okay. Was it so this is considered the primary bedroom then?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll show you. This would be just like a bedroom.
Oh. I don't think I don't know.
Now this one was here as well, but we closed off a wall right here because there was another bedroom right here. So we closed all this off. We added this door because there was no access from the garage to the house. So we added this. All these steps had to go up above because obviously it came here for the garage because originally this right here was the door and we'd have to go outside and around to get inside the house. So we made it a functional garage space to get right into your house. So,
and that's important.
oh yes, yes.
Break the space to make sure it's functional.
Correct.
A lot of times with the large homes, you're looking to lay out going, it doesn't quite make sense.
It also affects value. People don't want a garage you can't get into. You have to go around the house, through the front. People don't like that. So this is a good solution. We've had to do that a few times in houses.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta fix the layout just a little
That's
bit.
right. Well,
And
and that was fun too, because obviously when you're cutting the door, it's like, we're going to have to figure out how to make it, on limit level with this, with the ceiling, and the garage. So then what we did here, obviously all this was one big, huge open room.
Okay.
So we created a bedroom here, a closet.
Another bedroom.
Then we did a master in here with this almost kind of master bathroom.
oh no, another bathroom. Holy moly.
A closet. Their walk-in closet. So their closet is with their bath.
Now you really embrace the gold tone in this home.
Yes.
Notice that.
So
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
So I started this. I used to be everything used to be silver or black so I started doing this about maybe 3 houses ago. And when I did, it just completely changed the entire house.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, and so now that's what we've started
doing. Yeah. And then with the blue, it's a great contrast. It just blends it together.
The same color.
Yeah.
And then this is neat too. You don't see a lot of the wood being blended in with the golds either, but that's a nice tone to go with it. Is this something you've done before too?
Well, I haven't done the wood. I have done the floating though.
Okay.
I did that one other, but it was a black. This was black, and then I went, with the gold.
Yeah.
But I like the floating to change up things a little bit.
Makes it feel cleaner and more spacious.
Gotta go.
And the cool light, yeah.
Where did you find these at?
What's ordering it out? Amazon.
I didn't do the same thing.
Of course. Home Depot,
and the barn door.
And the barn door, yes. Have a little, change. Little cut.
What we've noticed too, because there's not a ton of space in the primary or master suite, this we
helps,
Yeah. Space on the space.
And then this
is nice room
here. Well, there's more. So, this there used to be swimming.
Oh my goodness.
Oh really?
Oh man, this was a fun. So obviously none of this was here.
Yeah.
This entire thing was pool.
Oh my goodness.
But this is where everything was so grown up we didn't even know what was here. We didn't even know there was a pool here until we started cutting stuff down. So we cleaned everything up, ripped everything out, and then now you have a nice backyard with privacy and a little deck. And
this is a nice backyard.
Surprisingly quiet for a weird location besides the guy doing that.
Yeah.
It's really, of course, the leaves are still falling because it's
winter.
Alabama.
It's Alabama. That's right.
Ours already fell, so I'm like,
70 degrees. Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So that's impressive to see what you've been able to do in there. How long have you been doing real estate investing?
So full time, 8 years.
Okay.
But I bought my first rental when I was 22. So that was in 2003. Bought a couple of them. My dad was in commercial real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not going to start commercial because that's way up here. So let me give a few rentals. But full time, I've been in it now 8 years, and then flipping houses the last 3 years.
Nice. Nice. What have you liked the most during
flipping?
journey?
I love flipping. I love a different project. That's just my personality, anyways. But I also love seeing like the transformation of something, and something that you take, and it's like not livable. It's just gross, like this one, horrible. And then to make it something that's like somebody's home, like that just is like, that's what I love about it, is just the transformation and bringing it back to life. You know?
Yeah. Starts the clock over on the house too.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
What are the things you deal with, like termites and stuff down here?
Some, but
bad.
yeah, not horrible. I haven't run into very many of those, but if I do, I mean, I have just a company that will come out and clean
I just
it
wonder,
up.
we go to so many different places. Some like go down more towards Florida and more termite issues.
Termite issues. Yeah.
Interesting to see the different construction and different problems that you face that we don't have. And
that's true. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it turned out nice.
I know, very nice. And I see again the classic colors. You got a nice white, and I don't know if this is true black or if it's off black or.
It's actually called iron ore.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
iron ore. We know that one.
It's that iron ore. Yeah.
We use that on the interior doors too.
Yes, my other one, I have all iron.
All one color. And
yes,
slabs are different.
That's right.
Used to be urban bronze for a while.
That's right. Yes.
Stepped away from
That's right. Yes. Yep. And I've used, some trackhorn black. I'm sure y'all.
Yep. Try
that
and it's funny. Everywhere we go, all these flips, they're all similar.
Yes.
They're similar. Now blue's coming back. I'm seeing a lot of that. So it's just interesting to see.
Yeah.
Where you go in the country, they're all.
Well, and even here, different parts. Different neighborhoods, you do different things. So I have another one in Southeast Lake, and that's more of your hipster area. So we went with more like design on the wall and a black wall, and then everything, so depending on your areas is kind of depending on, like this one was gold, the other one was all black. Everything was black, faucet, knobs, so depends on which areas you're in and which part of town.
Your neighborhoods.
Know your neighborhood.
Now, kind of speaking of areas, we couldn't help but look and see what houses sell for around here. And I see some areas in Birmingham where you can buy houses
under $10,000.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Well, I've never seen that really cheap houses.
See, Birmingham.
We don't have that. So
Birmingham is a very, you could get something for really cheap. Obviously, rehab's probably similar to prices elsewhere. The numbers as far as a rental per se, your return is a lot greater because you can find something a lot cheaper here. There's a lot of investors that live in other parts of the country that invest in Birmingham just because of the returns and because you can get something so cheap.
Is those real bad areas typically? Is that the problem?
It depends. You have to really look.
Because if you look at a map and you use like Redfin or something, you can see, you go under like 50 grand, you see a big section of Birmingham that's all lit up and everything else is nothing.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's probably the rougher area or the ones that don't pencil out.
Correct.
You could buy a house even at $14,000, put 60 into it. I think it's probably only with 50 done, right?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
That's the problem.
In some of the areas, so like Southeast Lake, for instance, that was one of my first rentals I bought in 2003, and I bought that for like 40, and it was like a great house at that time. Well, now, obviously, over the years that everybody started flipping in that area, like now your ARV's in the 200s, whereas back in the, then it was like 70. So some of the areas are turning around. Some of them are not so well. So you just stay away from those.
Interesting.
And find your good ones,
for sure. Like this little gem.
So yeah.
I was just sitting here going,
that's right.
I'm looking for Suzanne.
That's right. That's right. We got this one for like 80 and it's listed for 274.
Yeah.
So, you don't have a ton in it.
What was your rehab budget on it?
We put 75 in it.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's interesting because you think of just those hard numbers, but the reality is there's more numbers behind
it. Oh,
yes.
So
besides the buy and the rehab, you've got holding costs, you've got
utilities.
So when I watch those HG whatever TV shows and they're like, here's my purchase price, here's my rehab house.
Like,
and then I saw this.
Subtraction easy, yeah.
No, that is no.
Because money costs money too.
Utilities, insurance, holding costs, your closing costs on the flip side. Your agent fee, which I'm an agent, so
there's an agent fee.
Right.
added cost for things like the power meter being missing, so they didn't decide to plug it back in. They want an inspection or something.
Correct.
Stupid, so more and more.
And your permit
More. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
I'm guessing, did you use a hard money lender then
Yes.
for this? So
Mhm.
there's hard money
Yes.
lending.
Yeah,
Maybe there's a
money
monthly
costs money.
cost
That's
for
correct.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you go to sell it, right? Like you were saying, there's probably, we average about, in our area, about 8 to 10% in
Yes.
terms of closing costs
Yep.
to factor in.
Yep.
And people forget that. You know,
Right.
It's funny. They'll call up and they'll want to sell their house. It's on the market. I'll just take the commissions off and you buy it. It
Uh-huh.
doesn't quite work that way.
Right. Exactly. That's for
And
sure.
we'll have to kind of work through and show them. But we're very transparent. We'll
Right.
show them, like, this is how I can't help you. Just
Right.
lower your price. You'll be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and now I'm seeing more and more seller concessions. I don't know if y'all
That
have
too,
it in your area.
Yes.
But like one of my last ones, it was like they wanted a $10,000 seller concession.
They
and I
all
was
do.
like, so
We had one that we put on the market. We had it under contract, and I did the inspection. They came back. They just wanted 45,000 off.
Yes.
What is a seller concession?
What is a
Ah.
seller concession? Great
Good,
question.
good. Well, it's basically where the seller will help pay some of the closing costs for the buyer, or they use it for closing costs or financing costs. The law will dictate how much they can get, how much they can use, and what they can use it for. But basically, we're helping somebody get into a house. The seller is helping pay for that.
There's only so much give we can give.
Mm-hmm.
We want to help, but not that much.
And I don't know if
maximum.
y'all have experienced it as far as with flips when they do the inspections. For some reason, the buyers think we're going to get everything on this list because we know it's a flip. So
And
they ask for
every
everything.
stupid thing you could possibly think of. Not the
Yes.
code. Well, the house is 50 years old.
Yeah.
No, it's not built to code by
Right.
today's standards. It's the way it is.
That's right.
Do the best we can to safe and make it safe, but there's always things that are going to require maintenance for them and future things to look at, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's inspections of us have been really hard.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing is equipment that's at the end of its life.
Mm-hmm.
AC at the end of its life. Well, it works. It's
Mhm.
8 years old. What? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
really?
Right. Right. But they want it new
They
because
want it new.
they think, well,
New
you've
water
already
heater, new
rehabbed it,
water
so
heater.
go ahead and throw
Right.
that in
Yeah,
there.
some of the
you know?
agents get mad. They're like,
So-
well, why didn't you do that? Well,
Right.
because it works. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
It's 8 years old. It's not that old.
That's right.
And I don't know if y'all and y'all's flips, I stopped putting refrigerators in mine because it was just an added cost that nobody even noticed. So I just cut it out.
We have
So-
we always put fridges in.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I've noticed
So
down in
I've-
Florida too. They're the same thing. They don't put fridges in.
Yeah, and nobody
the
has.
Pacific Northwest is
said a
pretty big
word.
on that.
Yeah,
so that's
fridges
good to
is-
know
That's-
down
yeah.
there.
The only thing we don't ever really put in is washer and dryers. In fact,
Yeah, we
if
know, we
we
know.
buy a house with a washer and dryer, we'll take them out.
Mhm.
Even if they're new, we'll take them out. Hot tubs, washer dryers. I've lately been removing fireplace sensors and stuff. A lot of times I'll remove them. Put some electric in because the home inspector, oh my gosh, when's the last time I put a service? Well, you know, it's gone.
What about swimming pools? Keep them.
Oh, you know, we have
Film.
not had one, but we had a few in Seattle. Yeah, I'd probably recommend filling it in. It
Yeah.
depends on the jurisdiction if they let you do it. Some jurisdictions are really a pain.
Mm.
They want special permitting for that. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's hard. Pools are a plus about as much as it is a minus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it doesn't really add value. It kind of detracts value, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's something you fill in. And hot tubs are the worst too. We just get rid of
Yeah,
Mm.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Sawzall and dump trailer.
Yeah.
Out they go.
Right. Right.
How many projects do you have going right now?
Well,
About.
So I just started a new one in my hometown Vestavia. So I'm
Oh.
super excited about that one
Too
because
close to home, you know that.
it literally
against
I was
the law.
able to get there in like a minute.
It's
So I
against-
was like,
it's
oh,
against
this is
the law,
great.
you know that.
Didn't take me 30 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
But I have 5 currently listed. So
Okay.
and then I have 1 under contract to rehab that will close in January.
Okay. Nice.
Mm.
Good.
I
Okay.
try to keep them rolling. I
Right.
like to keep my crew busy, so I like to keep them with work.
Yeah.
So roll from one to the next.
Do you have a dedicated construction
I do.
crew that follows you
Mhm.
now?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. And it's the whole family. I mean,
Ah.
cousins and kids and
Yeah.
wife and
Just get it done. That's all we
great,
ask, right?
great Hispanic family. So they do it. Yeah, they
I
do
love
all my
that.
work.
That's nice
So-
when you're able to find that.
Yes, yes. So before I even buy a house, I'll send him to the house.
Yep.
And then he'll give me my obviously rehab quote. So then it's like solid and it's not a guess. And so then I put it in my numbers and then,
Yeah.
go from there. So
Nice. Well, would you have time for one more property?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course.
Cool.
Yeah.
We didn't know what kind of
Yeah.
time frame we're looking at here today.
Yeah.
So for those YouTube warriors out there, what we just walked through here
What's the
And-
it's
and
a
the-
storm door, right?
door
It's the
is
storm door.
really it's the storm door. That look at this.
Oh.
Bathroom. Come on. Oh, look at the medicine cabinet.
Oh, yeah, that's
Come
right.
on.
Oh, yeah. And then here your little
Mom and
coat,
Dad have a big party in here, and the kids go in here. and hide.
coat closet that has the light that
Oh, and the
that comes
jam,
on.
door jam light.
See your little, yeah.
Huh?